Have you ever believed you were doing something healthy every single day, only to find out it could actually destroy your kidneys? Imagine this one man just 49 years old. No history of disease, thought he was protecting his heart by eating a bag of almonds every day. Instead, he ended up in the hospital with acute kidney failure, facing the nightmare of dialysis for the rest of his life. That's how fast the line between healthy habit and silent danger can disappear. And here's the scary truth, he's not alone. Right now, millions of Americans are unknowingly putting their kidneys under the same kind of pressure, all because of simple snack choices they thought were harmless. The foods you trust the most might be working against you, building up hidden damage that you won't notice until it's too late. But there is good news. I'm Dr. Johnny, and in today's video, I'll reveal exactly which nuts are secretly hurting your kidneys and which 3 can actually cleanse, protect, and keep them strong for years to come. By the end of this, you'll know how to swap silent killers for powerful protectors and how to turn your daily snacks into your kidney's best defense. So stay with me, because what you're about to learn could mean the difference between living free and spending your golden years tied to a dialysis machine. Let's start with the nut that fooled almost everyone: almonds. They look harmless, even heart healthy, right? But for your kidneys, almonds can be a silent assassin. Remember the man from our opening story? He wasn't eating fast food or drinking soda, he was eating almonds. Day after day, 150 grams at a time, because the media told him almonds were the ultimate superfood. Within months, his kidneys couldn't take it anymore. Here's why. Almonds are loaded with compounds called oxalates. In fact, just 1 ounce, barely a handful, packs over 120 milligrams of oxalates. Doctors recommend people at risk of kidney stones keep their daily intake under 40 to 50 milligrams. Do the math: 1 small serving of almonds can triple that limit. These oxalates don't just disappear, they bind to calcium, forming razor-sharp crystals that slice into your kidney tissue. Over time, they can trigger kidney stones, scarring, and even full-blown kidney failure, exactly like the man who thought he was eating healthy. And it doesn't stop there. Almonds also bring a dangerous trio for anyone with declining kidney function: high phosphorus, high potassium, and dense protein. Each quarter cup delivers around 200 milligrams of potassium and 137 milligrams of phosphorus, numbers that push fragile kidneys closer to the danger zone. Even almond butter and almond flour carry the same risks, because processing doesn't erase oxalates. That's the dark side of almonds no marketing campaign will ever tell you. Now, what can you do if you love that crunch? Kidney-safe swaps exist. Sunflower seeds offer the same vitamin E punch without the oxalate overload. Hazelnuts provide healthy fats and flavor without flooding your kidneys with sharp crystals. Even sunflower seed flour can replace almond flour in baking, protecting your kidneys while keeping the recipe delicious. But here's the chilling part. Almonds aren't the only nut wearing a health halo while quietly straining your kidneys. In fact, there's another nut often praised in the Mediterranean diet that's just as deceptive and possibly even more dangerous. And that's where we go next. If almonds were the wolf in sheep's clothing, pine nuts are the con artist's small pricey and dressed up as part of the heart-healthy Mediterranean diet. People sprinkle them on salads, blend them into pesto, or toss them into gourmet dishes, thinking they're buying protection for their health. But for your kidneys, every spoonful is like pouring fuel on a hidden fire. Here's the catch: pine nuts are mineral bombs. 1 ounce delivers close to 200 milligrams of phosphorus, 170 milligrams of potassium, and almost 5 grams of protein. For kidneys that are already struggling, that's like dropping a weight on a cracked bridge. Too much phosphorus doesn't just build up in your blood, it rips calcium out of your bones, leaving them brittle, then deposits that calcium into your arteries and heart valves, turning them into stone. Weak bones plus hardened arteries. That's the nightmare combination kidney patients fight to avoid. And the trickiest part is portion control. Pine nuts are tiny, buttery, and expensive, which makes people assume a little won't hurt. But that sprinkle on your salad, it could already be a full serving. A spoonful of pesto, that's the equivalent of 2 or 3 servings condensed into one sauce. No soaking, no roasting, no clever recipe will reduce the phosphorus load. They stay kidney stressors no matter what. So what's the safer move? If you love pesto, switch to sunflower seeds or a small amount of hazelnuts. For salad crunch, try pecans or toasted sunflower seeds. And if you need richness in a grain dish, Walnuts do the job beautifully without overloading your kidneys. These swaps deliver flavor satisfaction and protection instead of pushing you closer to dialysis. But just when you think you're safe avoiding almonds and pine nuts, there's one more nut that looks innocent, even shaped like a kidney itself, yet carries a hidden oxalate punch that can silently push you towards stone formation and kidney damage. And that nut is the cashew. And now we come to cashews, the nut that looks almost harmless, even shaped like a kidney. Yet ironically, it can damage the very organs it resembles. Cashews have become the darling of the plant-based movement. Cashew cream, cashew cheese, cashew milk. They're everywhere in vegan recipes and marketed as the perfect healthy alternative. But here's the hidden truth. Cashews are quietly loaded with oxalates averaging around 47 milligrams per ounce. That's enough to place them firmly in the high oxalate category, the very thing doctors warn against if you want to avoid kidney stones. The risks don't stop there. Cashews also bring roughly 150 milligrams of phosphorus and 180 milligrams of potassium per ounce, numbers that might look small on paper, but for anyone with early kidney decline, they add up fast. Over time, that mineral buildup forces your kidneys to work harder than they were designed to, setting the stage for long-term damage. And the creamy texture that makes cashews so popular. It's also what makes them dangerous because they're so easy to overeat. Unlike almonds or walnuts that require chewing, cashews slip down quickly, letting you consume handfuls without realizing you've already overloaded your kidneys. Even worse, many commercial cashew products like dairy substitutes pile on preservatives and phosphorus-containing additives. That cashew cheese you thought was safe could contain the mineral load of several ounces of raw cashews multiplied by hidden chemicals your kidneys have to process. It's a double hit most people never see coming. So what are the better choices? For creaminess, try sunflower seed butter or coconut cream in moderation. For healthy fats, hemp hearts offer a kidney-safe alternative without the oxalate spike. The key is simple: don't be fooled by the plant-based halo. Not every vegan swap is safe for your kidneys. But here's the twist you've been waiting for. Just as there are nuts that can sabotage your health, there are also nuts that act like bodyguards, cleansing, protecting, and even lowering inflammation inside your kidneys. And the first one we're about to reveal is far more powerful than most people realize. After 3 kidney villains, it's time to meet our first true hero, walnuts. These wrinkled little nuts might look like tiny brains, but they're actually one of the best protectors your kidneys could ask for. Unlike almonds, pine nuts, or cashews, walnuts don't flood your system with oxalates or overload it with phosphorus. Instead, they deliver something your body desperately needs: omega-3 fatty acids. Here's why that matters. Most people with kidney problems don't actually die from kidney failure, they die from heart disease. The heart and kidneys are tied together by a single network of blood vessels. When one suffers, the other follows. Omega-3s in walnuts act like natural firefighters, cooling down the inflammation that damages those blood vessels over time. In studies, people who regularly ate walnuts had significantly lower levels of C-reactive protein, a marker of dangerous inflammation that accelerates kidney decline. From a safety standpoint, walnuts hit the sweet spot. 1 ounce, about 7 to 10 halves, contains around 125 milligrams of potassium and 98 milligrams of phosphorus. That's comfortably within the safe zone, even for people with chronic kidney disease. The protein content is moderate too, so you're not putting unnecessary stress on your kidneys with every bite. But here's a detail most people miss: not all walnuts are equal. English walnuts, the kind you usually find at the grocery store, are the kidney-friendly variety. Black walnuts, on the other hand, contain far more phosphorus and protein, which can tip the balance into danger territory. So when you're shopping, always make sure you're choosing English walnuts for kidney protection. The best way to enjoy them? Keep it simple. Eat a small handful 3 to 5 times a week. Toast them lightly to bring out their nutty flavor, but skip the salted or honey-roasted versions, which turn a kidney hero back into a problem. Store them in the fridge to prevent rancidity, because once walnuts go bad, they not only lose their benefits, but can actually trigger more inflammation. And here's the beautiful part: you don't have to eat them whole. If chewing is hard, soak them overnight and blend them into a smoothie, or even make walnut milk. That way you still get all the kidney protective compounds without the struggle. But walnuts are just the beginning. There's another nut, buttery and smooth, that carries even lower levels of phosphorus and potassium, making it one of the gentlest, most kidney-friendly snacks you could possibly choose. And that nut is the macadamia. If walnuts are the firefighters of your kidneys, then macadamias are the gentle guardians. These creamy, buttery nuts may not get as much attention as almonds or cashews, but when it comes to kidney health, they quietly outperform them all. Why? Because macadamias are unusually low in the very minerals that strain weakened kidneys. 1 ounce of macadamias contains only about 104 milligrams of potassium and just 53 milligrams of phosphorus, numbers that are less than half of what you'd find in most other nuts. For someone living with kidney disease, that's the difference between giving your kidneys a break and pushing them into overload. And while the protein count is lower too, just about 2.2 grams per ounce, that's actually a blessing, because every gram of protein your body breaks down produces waste that your kidneys must filter. Less protein here means less stress, while still giving you satisfying nutrition. But macadamias don't just avoid problems, they actively help. Their fat profile is rich in monounsaturated fats, particularly oleic acid, the same heart-protective compound found in olive oil. These fats act like a lubricant for your blood vessels, easing inflammation and protecting the delicate capillaries that feed your kidneys. Think of every macadamia as delivering a microdose of anti-inflammatory medicine, helping your kidneys do their job more smoothly. Some people worry about the calories, roughly 200 per ounce. But here's the truth. It's better to eat 200 satisfying calories from macadamias, which leave you full and energized, than 300 empty calories from chips or processed snacks that silently erode your health. Timing matters too. A small handful of macadamias in the afternoon, 2 to 3 hours after lunch, helps stabilize blood sugar and keep your energy steady without overtaxing your kidneys. Of course, freshness is everything. Macadamias are high in oil, which means they can turn rancid quickly. Always look for nuts that are plump, uniform in color, and smell slightly sweet, not paint-like. And store them in a cool, airtight container to keep their protective properties intact. But here's where it gets even more exciting. While macadamias protect your kidneys by lowering the mineral burden, there's another nut that defends them on a completely different battlefield by fighting off oxidative damage at the cellular level. This next nut might be the most underrated kidney protector in America, and that's the hazelnut. If macadamias are the gentle guardians, then hazelnuts are the shield. These small, round nuts might be better known in Europe for chocolate spreads and desserts, but in their pure form, they're one of the most underrated kidney allies you could add to your diet. What makes hazelnuts stand out isn't just their flavor, it's their remarkable dose of vitamin E. Just a single ounce of hazelnuts gives you about 20% of your daily vitamin E needs. But here's the key: vitamin E isn't just another antioxidant. It embeds itself directly into the membranes of your cells, including the fragile cells inside your kidneys, acting like armor against free radicals. These unstable molecules can wreak havoc, damaging kidney tissue little by little. With vitamin E, hazelnuts create a protective barrier that slows down that silent destruction. And there's more. Hazelnuts contain a special form of vitamin E called gamma-tocopherol, which has been shown to reduce inflammation, specifically in the urinary tract. That means hazelnuts don't just protect your kidneys from the inside, they help calm the entire system that supports them. Combine that with moderate amounts of potassium, about 103 milligrams per ounce, and phosphorus, around 82 milligrams, and you've got a nut that delivers benefits without tipping your mineral balance into the danger zone. On a practical level, hazelnuts are also easier to chew than hard nuts like almonds, making them senior-friendly. Roasted and chopped, they add crunch to green beans, oatmeal, or even as a crust for chicken or fish, without the sodium and phosphorus overload of commercial breadings. Try a dozen hazelnuts as an afternoon snack with a slice of pear or apple, and you'll see how satisfying they can be. But here's a word of caution: avoid confusing whole hazelnuts with sugary processed spreads. Those jars of hazelnut chocolate cream have almost nothing in common with the real nut, and they definitely don't protect your kidneys. Stick to the plain unsalted versions, and you'll get the real benefit nature intended. And here's the bigger picture. We've now exposed the villains: almonds, pine nuts, and cashews, and met the heroes: walnuts, macadamias, and hazelnuts. But knowing the list isn't enough. What truly matters is how you use this knowledge day after day so you can protect your kidneys before it's too late. And that's exactly where we're headed in the conclusion. So here's what I want you to remember. Your kidney health isn't written in stone. Even small choices like swapping almonds for walnuts or cashews for macadamias can completely change your future. Don't let fear control you. Instead, let knowledge guide you. You've already taken the first step by learning which nuts protect and which ones harm. That means you're ahead of most people already. If this video has helped you, don't just click away and forget it. Save it so you can come back whenever you need a reminder of what's safe and what's dangerous. And subscribe to the channel because every week we share life-saving medical insights to help you protect your kidneys and your overall health. Your future self will thank you for it. And above all, hold on to this. Kidney problems don't have to define the rest of your life. With smart, consistent choices, you can keep your kidneys strong, stay off dialysis, and enjoy the years ahead with freedom and peace. You are not powerless, you are in control, and your journey to healthier kidneys can begin right now.